So I gotta ask you first, like, how I feel to wear the Lecoq Sportif playing these suits? Like, how does it feel to get in wardrobe for Raising Kanan and be a part of like that whole stars group? Like the whole Power Book has a great wardrobe department, but you rocking
Man,
some nice suits.
it's a blessing, brother. It's a blessing. We are dripped down, draped out. We got it. We have one of the best costume designers of all time on our show. So, we've been blessed. We've been blessed. I love it, bro. It helps you. It helps the character. It services the character. Great, looks great on camera. It does terrible for my personal life because women expect me to come out looking like that, and as you can see, I don't. So there's that.
I know you did Southpaw with 50 Cent, but I mean, I know you was a filmmaker since you was a teenager. Like, where did the connection to 50 and all this start? Did it start for Southpaw? Did he check out your short? Like, how did that?
Oh no, 50 is completely unaware of everything going around him while also being completely aware of it. It's such a weird thing. So like he didn't know about my like creative side with the filmmaking and stuff, but he was always aware of like my film acting career. And and then people tell him things and he remembers it and then he calls back. It's really an interesting capability he got. But the funny thing about Fifth is that he's entrepreneurial as well, enterprising. So when he did become aware of my like independent filmmaking background, he was even that much more, receptive to me. And we ended up trying to work and do things together because he actually, people don't understand that he went and started this whole thing on his own, essentially. Not to discount STARZ with the TV show, but filmmaking as a process, filmmaking as a love, filmmaking as a thing. He went and sucked for like 5 years, I think, doing those movies and like self-produced them or co-fund them with them in Furla just so he could be on set. He was like, "Oh, y'all not gonna put me in movies? Y'all not gonna give me the opportunity? Well, then I'm gonna go do it myself." And that's essentially what I did. And that's why I think there's a mutual respect there with filmmaking.
I gotta ask you about a little about the content of that first film because right now I don't know if you're aware of what's going on between the bloggers, but there's like this American Cholo and Street Nasheed and they're beefing on this black and brown. I know that's what your
Very well.
first film dealt with. Why do you think, especially in LA, that there's like this tension between black and brown that seems to like play itself out in the streets and the blogs?
The same reason the Jews had issues with people who were here before them. It's the same reason that the Irish had issues when they first got here. The issues are limited resource, right? And whoever is the last to get here. So whoever be the last to get here usually fight over the leftovers from the people who've been here. And it doesn't matter what ethnicity it is. Honestly, it just so happens to be us. And it's really sad to see. Now, what I will say is I've also received a lot of love from my Latino brethren. So it's a mix. But being in street culture, it is a microcosm of American culture. There's no difference. It's only difference what we just decide to make money on, and the stakes are higher because money. So what ends up happening is you have these very hyperbolic situations and these tense, violent situations that come as a result of very human disagreements. So that's how that I think is playing out. And even online with the bloggers and stuff, like the same thing. It's just emotional, just emotion. People not respecting each other's opinions. But really, we need to understand that united, we're better. We're just stronger.
We ain't at war no more. I know who Warrell is. I know what he did. And I know what we did. And I know you, Neek, too. And I'm trying to make sure that when Neek come home, and I hear it's gonna be soon, he ain't got shit to come home to. No people, no product, no possibilities. And having Neek's right hand down with us, I mean, that shit could be useful. Marvin got Baisley, you got the 40s. And assuming Warrell gets down, he gonna have to answer to you over there.
Marvin's doing good work at Baisley. Give him the 40s too.
So you turning down work now? Why everything that you gotta be a struggle, dude? Why do I always have to be angry? I'm giving you a spot to fuck with, real money in your pocket, and you still complaining.
I ain't complaining.
Is he complaining, Marvin?
Bitching more like it.
You're running the 40s, Lou, and that's how it's gonna go.
And I know, like, you grew up in South Central.
Yeah.
You got famous Uncle Tukey Williams, and is that part of the way that you relate to Lulu? Is there any part of Lulu that's you? That's is Malcolm any bit of Lulu, or is it
No, I feel
totally?
like Lulu a buster, bro. Honestly, like he kind of a buster. Like it's like he be get marked out. Like I mean, he a killer, but I know killers who ain't got no heart. So, and I'm not saying that Lulu doesn't got heart, but he's too sensitive. Like, bro, is too like he's too easily amenable. Like I don't like that. Like, bro, if you doing this, you doing it, and if you not, you not. And I support both choices, but just pick one. Um, Lulu to me often is, although he's very saucy and very regimented, we caught him in a place where he's not very decisive. And that's the part where me and him, we not aligned on that. So yeah, nah, street like nah, you gotta get you killed. So
Well, I hope I get to see you New Jack City too. I
oh
hope I get
yeah.
to see you another season of this. I hope we get to see you directing some more as well as acting, man. So keep doing your thing. We'll keep on cheering you on, and thank you for the time.
Thank you, brother. I hope to see me doing that stuff too.